What turned out to be a pretty good game.
We play some wiffle baby, let me know. Cause it's the summertime, it's time to shine and come back home. And we can swing right back into it, or can take it slow. Can we play some wiffle baby, Here we go. Now I'm about to rap about wiffle ball. Summertime and it's prime time, playing ball all day through the nighttime. I don't know about you, but it's my time. We can go.
Hello folks, this is Commissioner Tom Anderson, and I'm here in Maine. And I'm still here to present you the top 3 moments of these last Sunday's games. Starting off with number 3 is Marbury's defensive plays as the Raptors came back against the Lemurs. Marbury's plays were very spectacular, and it was a great job all around for him. And number 2 is the Outlaws upsetting the former number 1 seed Lemurs, and what was a pretty damn good game for both teams. But Outlaws came out on top, and maybe the Outlaws can do the impossible. And moving on to the number 1 moment of last Sunday's games, Joe Coughlin. It's a grand slam for the Raptors against the Lemurs in the top of the 6th to make them only get down by 1 run. But this influenced that comeback greatly, as they came back and the Raptors upset the Lemurs. Lemurs had a tough weekend last Sunday, but hopefully they can bounce back. And regular season, the last 2 games this Sunday, I mean, season went by in a blink of an eye, and it's been a good season. I thank you all for that. And playoffs is going to be one hell of a ride. Alright, that's it for me for now. I'm here in Maine. This is Commissioner Tom Anderson. I'm going to hand over to Dan Anderson now, back to the studio.
Thank you, Tom. Hello, folks. This is Nate Powers filling in for Dan Anderson this week for the Inside Scoop. Regular season is coming to an end, and I want to thank everyone who made this league fun and competitive for myself and the rest of the league. Last Sunday's game were a surprise, as the Outlaws, yes, the Outlaws, went 2-0 as they upset the Lemurs and they beat the River Cats. The Lemurs went 0-2 as they lost 2 very competitive games to the Raptors and the Outlaws. The Raptors came back in the bottom of the 6th because of Joey Coughlin's grand slam off myself. This is Joey's 2nd grand slam. It was a great time in this game because Raptors were down by 5 and Joey hit a grand slam to put them down by 1. Push the comeback, Raptor rally. The Rattlers also took down the 51s, both games pretty easily, as Dylan D'Angelo continues his Rookie of the Year campaign. Looks like he has that pretty locked down right now. The River Cats took down the Raptors 14-8 behind Connor Scully's defensive performance. Connor's just an all-around great player for the River Cats, and if he's there, maybe the River Cats could make it to the championship, do a little run. The River Cats, Raptors, and Outlaws' next 2 games are huge. Words cannot describe the importance of tomorrow's games for these teams. This is what makes franchises. This is what the PWL playoffs is all about. This is Nate Powers signing off and heading over to Across the League.
Hello PWL Universe, this is Across the League, and to my right is my new partner in crime, Mr. Eric Lear.
Howdy.
It's a pleasure to have you part of this segment, my friend.
Thank you very much. It's an honor.
We're going to start off with huge friggin' games tomorrow. Nothing bigger than the River Cats versus Outlaws.
That decides how the 4, 5, and 6 seeds is going to work.
Pretty much, but I'm pretty sure the Raptors are locked in pretty much.
Hopefully, if we can secure a win, at least 1 win, hopefully against 51s tomorrow, then that locks in our 4 seed for the playoffs.
I could definitely see that, but the Outlaws going into tomorrow, I guess Ryan Fahey will not be there. He has yet to tell his team. According to Andrew Nahn, Fahey screwed him over because Fahey told on nothing. But that does not bode well for the Outlaws tomorrow.
They're on a hot streak right now with Rabideau. He's pretty good, and with Non showing up, and just with as Fahey did with GM at the beginning of the season, I think he kind of made up for it now if they do end up making playoffs, because he acquired some very important players with picks or whatever, mostly from Hamlin.
I definitely agree with that, and yeah, they were actually into it last week. That was the first time I saw Non and BT showing interest in a long while, I think.
That was a tough outlaw. I don't think the Outlaws would have lost to anyone that day.
They were incredible with that week.
Yeah.
With that being said, what the hell happened to the Lemurs?
That is a very good question. Well, the Raptors game was in the Lemurs' favor until the bottom of the sixth win by some divine miracle.
Joe Fish, baby!
Fish. That Grand Slam was just heartbreaking for Tom. Am I right? Right? Yeah, it was. Because I called it earlier on Twitter that day just as a joke to like kind of motivate him, like, yeah, you can do it again, because he had hit one against the Outlaws earlier in the season. And then, as he was coming up to bat, I'm like, it's your moment, Joe Fish, you can own it. And I'm thinking, like, alright, he's probably, like, no, nothing against Joe Fish, but he'll probably end up, like, either walking or, like, a nubber to, like, down the third or first baseline. And the first pitch just
destroyed.
Gone.
It was no doubt.
Get out!
The crowd friggin' went wild.
That was
probably the most exciting game this season. But second to that, the Rattlers versus Lemurs game earlier in the season when friggin' Sage Kamasi, of all people, that was his shining moment for this year because he has done nothing. He has the worst average in the league, and yeah, that's nothing to be proud about. The 51's toast.
Well, they have I don't know if they're toast, but they're not going to go that far. I can see them possibly getting by first round. No, who are they playing first round?
They're playing the second seed, which right now is the Lemurs, and it's looking like it's going to be the Lemurs. The good thing about that is they at least have a bye week, and knowing Nick Hamlin, he'll never give up.
Yeah.
But it will be pretty hard for him and DeLeo to.
Yeah. I mean, that's not a terrible team. You just need to there are holes there. Can't just have him and DeLeo.
Exactly.
It's either DeLeo pitching, and Hamlin's in the field, and DeLeo kind of. I mean, he's not a bad pitcher, but people can hit dingers off him pretty easily. And then when Hamlin pitches, which he's not a stellar pitcher, but then you have DeLeo in the field, and if people can hit Oppo and whatever, then that's an ugly game.
Yeah, that's tough. I feel bad for the 51s, but Hamlin's set for the future.
Yeah, he's got a lot of picks now.
Oh yeah, I think he has 4 next season. I guarantee he'll bring in a couple of studs in the 51s. Well, there are talks of him possibly coming back to Victoria Drive. The Shorebirds might make a reappearance next year, so that'll be interesting to see. But it appears that Pat Randall and Steven Starrock screwed him over pretty good, which is absolute bullcrap in my book.
The entire 51's roster is just him, DeLeo, Stark, and P. Randy? Or is there some...
He has 4. Yeah, Hamlin, DeLeo, P. Randy, and Stark. That is his team.
That is not... Even if they did show up, I don't know what they would be contributing, because like they would have like a full field at least and a full round of batting order at least, but they're not gonna make too much of a difference. It just gives Hamlin more at bats, which actually might play out to be better.
And plus it would keep Hamlin in the field. I mean, they may not be the best pitchers in the league, but they can at least throw strikes.
Yeah.
Give Hamlin a chance to catch the ball, which more often than not he does. But after the games tomorrow, the end of the year voting will begin on that following Monday, and the polls will be open for 2 weeks heading into the championship series. But who do you have for MVP right now? I think it's between three big names, between Hamlin, Dylan DeAngelo, and friggin' Tom again, little bastard.
I see Dylan getting that. Dylan or Hamlin. Nothing against Tom, but I think that both of them just tore it up this year. Absolutely. Like, Dylan's a rookie in this league, but just hands down, it's probably going to be Dylan in my eyes. He has my vote. So
it'll be very tough. I mean, Dylan is 7-1 on the mound, I believe, and his home run totals, and he has the highest average in the league right now at 570. His home run total is 2 or 3 less than Hamlin's. But with that being said, Tom's right in the thick of things. He's 5-2 on the mound. I'm probably going to go 6-2 when he beats my team tomorrow. I mean, that'll be a...
Anything can happen. He went 0-2 last week to the two supposedly worst teams.
I think that was a warm-up for him only to destroy my team, so I'm really not looking forward to that game tomorrow.
Anything can happen. Is Scully coming?
No, unfortunately, he's still in Alaska.
Well, come home, Scully. It's cold up there. It's not cold down here.
He'll be back just in time for playoffs, so hopefully some interesting things. But Hamlin, that kid's been tearing the cover off the ball. His pitching isn't in line with Dylan and Tom.
But he's everything else. Fields, he's the best fielder in the league.
I could,
and he can do it all with one hand too. It's not like
I could agree with that. I mean, he is just a solid all-around player. He just needs a couple more things around him.
Yeah, and that's a good team.
His team could be scary. Cy Young. That is a toss-up.
That is a very tough question.
I think it's between Dylan or Tom. That's just my personal opinion. Like I said, Dylan's 7-1, and Dylan has a lot less walks than Tom, but Tom has 2 more strikeouts than him, and Dylan's pitched like 9 more innings. So it's going to be interesting down the line.
Yeah?
Yeah, the ERAs are pretty close too.
Yeah. What's the lowest ERA?
The lowest ERA, I'm pretty sure it's Tom, and I think it's around like a 4.5 or something around there, which is
not bad.
It's pretty huge considering that the ERA last year was .22. So
yeah,
it's definitely been a batter's league this year, but it's been a hell of a lot more fun.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure the whole league agrees with that.
I wasn't here last year, but it seemed like everyone was enjoying themselves a lot more.
Well, yeah, everyone has more of a shot. But yeah, Rookie of the Year, hands down, it's gonna be Dylan.
Yeah.
The only one I could see eking in there is Non, but
it's gotta be Dylan.
Yeah, Non hasn't really pitched much lately, and
yeah, I mean Non's good when he shows up. I mean, I'm not saying he has commitment issues, but Dylan is probably gonna end up getting it best choice because he's there almost every week, and when he shows up, he just rips it up.
Yeah, exactly. Without Dylan, the Rattlers will be nothing.
Well, you can't take
not to say that Weldon's awesome. He's having a pretty damn good season under the radar.
But they would have a few more losses without Dylan.
Definitely. I mean, Nichols has shined in the moments he's been there, so they definitely have a good team heading into the playoffs. He's
good for playoffs, right?
Yeah, he's eligible. And then you can't forget about Nova. That kid.
Yeah. When he shows up, he's. Beginning of this year, I was under the impression that the 1-2 punch of the Rattlers were going to end up being him and Nova. I have not seen him faced him pitch anything since preseason. So.
Yeah, that's what was the big question leading into this season is what kind of role is Nova going to play?
Yeah.
I mean, he had soccer in the beginning of the season, so that took away a couple of his opportunities, but yeah, Weldon hasn't really used him, and to be honest, I don't see him in a Rattlers uniform next season.
Yeah.
Pretty sure that'll be one of the top names on the list come the off season. But alrighty, that's pretty much all the time we have today. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow, and like I said, the end of the year voting will begin on Monday, and you'll have 2 solid weeks to vote for who you want. So this is me signing off with Mr. Eric Lear. We will see you next week.
Thank you, guys. Okay, so this Sunday's games are looking like this. At 1 o'clock, the Lemurs will face the Outlaws, while the Raptors face the Rattlers. These are 2 pretty huge games for both, but Rattlers seem to have locked up the first seed, but the Outlaws, they need to win this game if they want a playoff spot. It's going to be hard to do so, because both of these games on Sunday for the Outlaws, they will not have GM Ryan Fahey. GM Ryan Fahey will be on vacation until if the team makes the playoffs. Ryan Fahey will miss all the playoffs until the championship. So this not bode well for the Outlaws, and that could be the downfall of their comeback season. But alright, on Sunday at 2 o'clock, 51s are facing the Raptors, while the Outlaws face the Rivercats. Outlaws versus Rivercats should be one hell of a game. Last week there was that one hell of a game. Outlaws actually did work. But without GM Ryan Fade, it's going to be tough for the Outlaws. And at 3 o'clock, the Rattlers are facing the 51s. Rattlers should have an easy game here. But yeah, Rattlers seem to have first place locked up entering playoffs. And in prime time, brother versus brother, River Cats versus Lemurs. I'll be on the mound for that game. And it should be a pretty fun time. There's a lot of respect between these two teams. And it's a great way to end the season. I mean, it's been one hell of a season. I thank you all for that. And I'm Tom Anderson, signing off. This is Weekly Wiffs. Have a great day!
Well, Tom,
Dog bark.
great all-around player. He should be a great impact for the River Cats. The River Cats, Raptors, and Outlaws games.
You're going good.
A surprise when the Outlaws.
Yeah!
Oh,
Oh.
fuck. And this is Nate Powers signing off and heading off.
Oh my god! You were so close, mate! You were so close! And you just ruined it!
Fuck off. Hello, folks. Forgot to say thank you.
I hate you.
This just in, Eric Anderson has a minute.
Oh, folks, this is Commissioner.
Hold on. It took a second.